What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Just got back from the tire shop to put a new tire on the van, the parts hauler, my mom's car, because somehow I punctured a tire on the sidewall and I couldn't repair it. So ordered a new tire, got a new tire put on it. Now that should be ready to haul some more parts here in the near future. If you guys have seen the last video, I think the last video, I'm not even sure myself, the last video we put the engine back into the wagon and we got a lot of the stuff hooked up to it, and mainly I need the header because we're not going to be turboed. We need spark plugs, which I completely forgot to buy, and obviously the front half of the car. Radiator is not in here, the radiator tabs not here, just small little knickknacks. So the last couple of days, the last 2 days, I was working on small stuff here and there, and somehow I found a stock header in the backyard, which is not mine. I don't know where it came from, but it is a K series. Today what I'm going to do is, you guys seen the header, I'm going to try to modify a stock header into my car, and the stock header fits in other chassis like the EGs and stuff because they have more room between valve cover to firewall. The EF, we don't have room at all, but I've seen people use the stock header just shortened down. And then the cool thing about the stock header is it is flanged. I believe it's like a 3-inch flange, donut style right here, right? And what I can just do is shorten it down to where this clears the subframe. I'll show you guys that. And then the bottom, just a flange 90 down to the exhaust. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this mocked up into the car, show you guys how it looks, and then we'll figure out how we're gonna execute it. Just got a package from FedEx, and I've been waiting for this package for like freaking 2 weeks. It got lost, and even the website says pending schedule, but it showed up today. I figured I'd buy this since I was on a tool shopping spree. I bought the what do you call it, the riv nut tool, 13-inch handle, and the Icon snap ring pliers. I went and I bought this online as well too, since I have almost every other one. I figured I need to add this size to my collection. This is a time cert kit that I buy from mechanictoolsandbits.com. I've always bought it from here. Was recommended this website a long time ago, and you know, it hasn't let me down, and I've used this a lot. Now this is where is it, M12 by 125. These are for the 17 millimeters in the Honda. Down here in my drawer, this one I already have the ones for the 10s, the one for the 12s, the one for the 14s, and I just never really thought about buying the 17s. Finally got it, and I did get a bunch of extra sleeves for all of the other ones that I have that I'm running low on. So I bought like 10 of every other size right here, and you know, for future reference, future needs, this is definitely gonna come in handy when time comes. So let me show you the kit real quick. The website's cool. It has a bunch of tools related to like threads and stuff, and you can buy the handle, you can buy the threading oil and all that. So this comes with the drill bit for the size you're going to need for the tap, and then you have this little bevel tool. I don't know how you would call this, but it bevels the top of the hole to let the sleeve sit flush into. This is the tap for the threads, and this is the driver for the sleeve. So yeah, this is going to come in handy for when I need it. Nice to have this in my collection. This box is really freaking huge. Header is sitting kind of not in place, and let me show you guys where it is actually hitting. So you can see right there on the subframe, it is hitting the donut flange area. Try to give you guys a better look right there. Now, like I said, the EG has a lot more space back here, so that actually clears their subframe. It's so bulky down there that this is not sitting in the correct spot. You can see it is resting on the valve cover, and we need to go down about 3 inches or so. So what I've seen people do is they shorten the runners down about 1 inch to bring the header inward to get that to clear the subframe, and I think that's what I'm going to do. It looks like I have enough straight to cut off about 1 inch on each of these runners, and then just push it in, tack it in place, see how it fits, and then we'll go from there. this one went cricket. And I didn't realize there's a second pipe in here. What in the blue hell? So the flange, I got it as straight as I could. My small little belt sander can only do so much, and the rest was kind of like flat disc to the eyeball with a ruler as a straight edge. And I cleaned it up a little bit, and I'm gonna toss it onto the cylinder head just in case I'm ready to tack it in the car. It's clean enough for me to tack it in place. So I'm gonna bolt this up real quick. Nice and flat. So this part right here of the header, I trimmed off an inch off each runner, and it was super cricket. This inner tube right here literally is just loose in here. I guess it wasn't moving before because this was all fused together at the head flange, right? And if I could take it out, I would take it out, but I can't. So hopefully this being in here won't make a lot of noise. Hopefully it doesn't make a lot of noise. But what I did was I had to trim it at an angle, like a slant, so that way this giant bulky part right here doesn't hit the subframe. I had to take off the tab for the header shield, which is this guy right here. I mean, it's pretty rusted up. It's probably gonna strip anyways, but it seems like I still have clearance issue to the subframe. Let's show you guys. This is not all the way flush. You can see it's not flush because it's still hitting in the back right there. Now this subframe was welded for header before, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a grinder or a flap disc and I'm gonna shave all of these welds flat to give me that much more clearance. But the other issue that I saw was this flange portion right here is really close to the intermediate shaft. You can see it down there, right? And I don't have a flange to stick on it to see if the taperness of the flange clears the half shaft. I mean, it doesn't matter if it rests on this because this doesn't rotate. I just want to make sure that it doesn't hit this portion right here, which I can't see unless I go underneath the car. I'm gonna have to shave this down some a little bit more to get this fit a little bit better. A little gap is okay. I'll just fill it in with the MIG welder, but I want it to be as flat as possible and have that clearance. So I'm gonna tinker with this a little bit more. What don't I have? So I was just going through my little box of fabrication piping, and I found this bag right here from 1320 Performance. The story about this, literally just opened it right now. The story about this was I ordered it off of eBay. It's a flange, and it took like a month and a half to show up to my door. And in between waiting for it to show up, I ended up getting a flange elsewhere and then finished the job. I think it was for this car. I was just going through my box right now, and guess what? I found that little package with a flange. This just so happens to be the same size. That is awesome. This shit feels cheap as hell, but hey, having one is better than none. The only thing is my exhaust system is a 3-bolt flange, and I don't have a 3-bolt flange. Check it out, check it out. All welded up. I didn't weld the inside because I didn't want to close the diameter of the already small runners, but I welded the outside completely all the way around, and I'm ready to toss this back into the car so that way we can work on the bottom. Actually, I don't even know if I can work on the bottom because I don't have any tubing, and I don't want to use my mandrel bends, these guys, to do that. Was able to get the stock header shield to fit. Just had to trim the lower section where it was hitting the subframe right there. 2 bolts out of 3 should be more than enough to make sure that this thing doesn't flop around. So that's pretty much the top half of the header. All right guys, so we're back here the next day to finish up the K24, the modded K24 header, the modded stock header for the wagon. So I just came back from the parts store and the storage. I forgot that this downpipe was part of an old turbo kit I parted out a while ago, and I was looking through my phone and I saw an image of this and I was like, wait a minute, this is in the storage. It's got a 3-bolt flange downpipe and obviously some pieces that I could use off of this, but now having it on hand, this flex pipe is kaput. It is yeah, that's done, that's donezo. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut and salvage this, right, and I'm gonna cut it probably right here on this bend to use this top part for, I don't know, future project or something. But this is completely smushed. I was hoping to use this right here, but it's unusable. I do think the flange is a 2.5. It is 2.5 actually. It's a 2.5 flange, but I think I'm just gonna have to overlay the 3 on top of it and just weld the 3 straight off the flange. So it's gonna go runners down to the collector and then 3 right off the bat, because the exhaust system is 3 anyways, so I don't think it'll hurt anything. I mean, I'm not looking for power, so I don't really care. But it's been about 2 hours and I kind of advised against 3-inch downpipe. So I was going through all of like the backyard, my scrap pile over there, and just figure out if I could build a smaller diameter downpipe but still transition to 3, because 3-inch exhaust. And this is what I came up with. I found my old H22 header from my budget race car. It had a flex pipe on it, right, and it was about 2 1/4. So I took that flex pipe off. I'll show you guys in a bit. And I took a old like exhaust system. I had a bunch of them here in my bin, right, and I found a 90. So from the donut flange it goes 2 1/4, 90 under the subframe, and then it goes to the flex pipe, and then it transitioned to 3 in the back right there, and it's flanged to the exhaust. Now I have to figure out a hanger system right here, because on my turbo downpipe I had a hanger that came off like right here, this little hole right there, and it was holding the exhaust up. So if you look, we have a lot of play. There's 2 hangers in the back but nothing in the front. The flex pipe, obviously that's what it's doing right here, it's flexing, and I need to put a hanger here. Everything is tacked into place, and then once I figure out the hanger, we'll pull this back out, weld it up. Why does it seem like we lose daylight so quickly? I just start my day late, honestly. So we just got the downpipe for the header done. We welded the top flange inside and out. We welded the 90 to the flex to the 3, and I just forgot the O2 sensor. So I'm gonna have to find a bung and I'm gonna move it up to the front here, because this is too close to the chassis, this is pointing to the ground, this side is too close to the drive shaft, and this is completely clear from the subframe. So I'm gonna have to do that before we toss it back in the car. But guys, we have a header now for the wagon. And again, I went to the parts store today, completely forgot spark plugs. So I don't have any spark plugs in here, they're just blocking up the hole right now. I actually got to find my other valve cover, because I'm not going to be running this one on the turbo engine because of the dash 10 bungs up in the front right here. I have another blue valve cover down at the bottom over there that originally was on the car before the bung, and it is also blue. So I feel like I super cheaped out on my build sometime, And what I did here was, instead of using my last Vibrant O2 bung, I pretty much chopped up a piece of pipe, a stock pipe that had the stock bung for the O2 sensor that came off of this header, and I just pretty much cut a square and patched it in, and it'll work. But I felt like I cheaped out on it. I mean, I know this is temporary, so I didn't want to use any of my new materials other than this guy, which was already cheap. But anyways, I'm going to use the stock O2 sensor. This is also a wideband for the RSX, so this is going to obviously plug up to my harness and not throw a check engine light. I think that looks very sleek. I can get used to that. All right guys, so this is going to be the end of this video. We took a stock K series header, we modified it, we made it fit in an EF chassis, and made it up to the exhaust system. So that is done and out of the way. Temporary fix until we sort out the new motor and turbo kit going back into the car, but forgot the O2 sensor plug. But I am excited to drive this car again. It's been a while since I've driven it on public roads, other than going to the track, going to a meet and coming straight back home, locking it up, and you know, not seeing it again for some time. So hopefully with this stock K20 back into the car, we can enjoy it a little bit more. Before I button up the front half of the car, I want to make a custom crossbar that goes from here to there. And like I said, I don't remember when I chopped this off, but I guess it's been off for some time. And I want to make some new tabs and stuff for the radiator and future mounting points for the intercooler. But I want to make it removable just so I could pull the engine in and out much easier, just kind of how I did this engine I've shown you guys in the last couple of videos. Once we sort that out, we can put the radiator back in, make some mounting tabs for that, and then do the radiator hoses and all that good jazz to really button up the engine bay so we can get this thing back on the ground. Before we end this video, I went to the P.O. box yesterday and I got this in the mail. It is from Sean Tinston. He sent stuff here before. I'm not sure what's in here, but let's open it up. Open-ended 10 and 8 mil wrench. This might be for brake lines, since I like to strip mine out with a regular 10 mil. But thank you for that. This one's pretty cool. First thing I'm noticing, hood damper, Honda Civic 8891 Civic. We have a note. It says, young static, hood stress for the giveaway CRX, and you need a line wrench. It does not fit my wagon. Sean Tinston. I've never seen this before. This is pretty cool. It's got an installation guide. I've never seen this package before. Has a little picture right there to show you how it mounts. I know a lot of people has asked me like what hood shock is in my CRX. I made it. I took a random hood shock from a different car and welded up some tabs to make it work with my hood, and that's what I'm using. This, like I said, I've never seen it before. Audio Bond DAMP EO37 Honda Civic 8891 matte black hood dampers. It says Civic and CRX, so hopefully this fits, because he says it doesn't fit his wagon. But we'll definitely do an install on this for this car. We'll get back into the work program with this here soon. I don't even remember what I ordered, but I ordered some stuff and we're still waiting for those to come in. But with that being said, guys, we are going to end the video right here. I hope you guys enjoy a little bit of an update with the wagon. It's going to be up and running here real soon, guys, so stick around. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a thumbs up, and if you guys want to see this car back on the ground driving on the road, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you, Sean Tinston, once again. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.